I mean, the past year's been so weird because of COVID, but
Yeah.
it's also different for us because we have elected to not have our kids in public school, period. Even Alexis, we have identical twins. They are 7 years old, and Jersey's 3. So the girls have gone to a Montessori school.
Yes, they've been, since starting schools, coming out of daycare, it's been Montessori for the kids. And Jersey, too, went to Montessori last year. Well, the year before last, whatever, before this whole world ended. They went to Montessori school. So now that things are kind of, I guess, coming around with COVID, it's like, what do we do? You know, they've been homeschooled. Has it been a year? It's been a year. It's been a year this last month.
Well, they will be homeschooled, but when this is done, they will have been homeschooled for a year.
For a year.
Yeah.
So it's been one whole year of homeschooling where we have a teacher, homeschool teacher, Imani, come to the house, and she's been teaching the kids, mainly the girls, but she's done a lot of work with Jersey. Like, I think she's done really well with him. He's learned just about his name, his full name, first, middle, last.
Yeah.
You know, he's writing, he's reading, you know, so it's really good. But what do we do now? Do we make the decision to say, go back to a school building? That's number one.
Well, not to go back. I mean, the Montessori school really is not a building. I mean, inside churches or...
But I'm saying, number one, go back to a school establishment.
Right.
Number two, what school establishment will that be? Public, private?
Right. So to let you guys know, we live in Gwinnett County, Fulton County, North Atlanta, and the schools here are really good. So we are thinking about public school, and the debate, or what we want to talk about today, is that, you know, we love our kids, but we got to get them in school, but we want them to be in the right school. With that said, we're looking at schools and wondering about other people, like, what has been your process in making a decision? I guess after, you know, post-COVID, some people have concerns about that. For us, it's pretty much that. It's like, do we want the public school experience if it's good, or the private school experience? And sometimes, you know, the private school is expensive, so you got to take that into account too. But the girls are making their own money, so part of our contribution to them and who they are in our business is to give back in ways of, like, paying for taekwondo, gymnastics, a good school, like whatever it is. Places that, like Montessori, they let you go in and kind of decide your own curriculum. That, like, a child will go into Montessori and say, you know what, I feel compelled to want to paint, and I'm going to paint because my mind says, yes, I want to do that. That's way better than teachers say, okay, today we're going to learn this. And, like, you're halfway in it and you don't even want to learn it. You only learn it because your teacher told you to, but you're going to forget it as soon as you can.
Yeah, I think that the Montessori way of doing things is good for kids at this age because they are still, like, you know, they're still very moldable. They're still able to, like, learn things and figure things out and really try and decide what they want to do. I also get the point of a curriculum because you don't want somebody to just, I just want to paint every day.
Right.
You know, but even in Montessori, if they see that you've done something too many times, they steer you away from it. Like, hey, you know, come sit over here and do this with me. But it allows the kids to almost feel like they're making decisions on their own, which, again, I do like, but also to a certain extent, like I've told the girls before with Montessori, like, listen, I know you're a Montessori school student, but when you get home doesn't mean you're going to have options all the time.
Right.
You know, sometimes you're doing what you're told to do.
Well, you know, I like the Montessori way in that type of learning, but I also feel that you need complete structure as well. Yep. Especially when you're second grade, you need structure, or you're never going to learn how to apply structure to yourself. That's one thing I do like about Taekwondo. There's complete structure there. You come in, you do this. You go to where you sit and you wait. At the beginning of every class, they have to be quiet for like 30 seconds, even Jersey. Yeah. And if people talk, they start over. And they'll even say to like Jersey, you know, close your eyes. And that's big, but that is, like, so valuable. Yep. The structure of learning how to focus. A lot of schooling is like, let's just pack in as much as we can. The ability to focus is a huge, huge deal.
It's a tough decision, and, you know, I go back and forth. But the only thing I know for sure is that I think our kids, personally our children, will thrive in a smaller environment rather than a school where they are in the masses. if that makes
And
sense.
let's be honest. I think right now we're also too protective of them to put them in a school with like 800 students. I just really am kind of like I want to be able to like pull them up to a small place, see them get out, and go into this small place, and the teacher greet them and be there. I just really that's where I'm at right now. It might be different when they're in 4th grade or 5th grade, but right now it's like I really just kind of want to hold their hand a little bit more. But when they're in there, I want them to get some tough love and some structure. But I want to make sure they're protected. That's the most important thing.
Yeah. Yep. And like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. They're still babies.